Man,
Yo.
August flew by. August flew
All these
by.
all these months are flying by, man.
You guys might be seeing a new hat on me right now. Might be coming up. Yeah, guys. Who had an awesome show? I mean, awesome time on Friday. That was fun. That was cool. Fody, thanks again for bringing on Polygon. That was a
That
really
was
cool
super
episode.
fun.
That was probably one of my favorite streams. That and Republic, and then the one we did with Jason when he was over at Gala, but he's no longer at Gala. Those are probably some of
Yeah.
my favorite ones we've done.
We've had some good ones. We've had some good ones.
We have. A little bit of dooming gloom in the alt market, but we'll go over that as we kind of get going on stuff and talk about what we got to talk about. Big event coming up this week with Nvidia, but we'll get into that. Let's start with world news like we always do.
Yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy. Does anybody know what's going on in South Korea right now? Supposedly there's like some kind of uprising with the government happening. Does anybody know? I'm
No,
trying to
but
find details in it, but Trump was talking all day today about what's going on in South Korea. Is there a revolution going on or something like that before they met? Does anybody know? What were you gonna say, Art?
no, I was gonna say I don't know too much about the Korea stuff, but I had been studying what's been going on with the continued no peace in Ukraine and Russia. But I don't want to jump topics.
Yeah, dude, it seems to be kept under wraps, but like I guess it was so bad that Trump almost threw the deal that they were going to do away because of it. Apparently, these people that are because we have bases in South Korea, obviously. Apparently, these people that were quote unquote rioting or trying to take over the government got into the U.S. base too. And it was turning into this whole ordeal, but there's like little to no coverage on it. Anyways, oil prices jump up a little bit, segueing into Arthur's, Ukraine topic as Ukraine attacked Russian energy sites.
Blast just said Trump was meeting with South Korean president and praising the guy from the north, praising Kim Jong. I saw some tweets from Truth, Trump talking about like potential like martial law stuff like that. But again, I don't want to comment on stuff that I haven't really looked much into.
Are you talking about Korea? You're talking
Yeah, yeah.
South Korea initiated martial law back in December. I don't know if you remember,
Mm-hmm.
but their candidate now is a very conservative candidate. He's kind of like they call him the Asian Trump. And basically, I mean, I don't know if you saw it on the news, but we actually did cover it. But kind of like a January 6th type of deal happened over there in South Korea, and then the military had to come in and just and try to shut things down. It was happening in their quote unquote they're like their government buildings and everything, and that's when they declared martial law.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's what that was. But as term, go ahead.
I see what Blast is talking about, though. Like the headlines, Trump touts great relationship with Kim Jong Un as he meets with South Korean president. Why? Why?
Yeah, Blast. We're gonna talk about Nvidia and stocks in a moment here, because I do want to cover what you're saying too, as well. As far where Arthur, where's your head at with this whole with the Ukraine and Russia peace deal prop?
Oh yeah. So, man, Trump says Trump says that Ukraine and Russia are nearing, peace deals and then everything's about to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But then Ukraine bombs with some drones some Russian oil facilities, and then that caused oil to spike. Um, and then Ukraine just on Sunday had their Independence Day when they separated from the USSR. August 24th, so it just happened on Sunday. And the Canadian Prime Minister was there. What's his name? Mark Carney. He was there, gave his speech as well, and basically just saying that the money that Canada kind of told Ukraine that they would get, they're going to get the rest of their money next month. So another billion in Canadian, which is like 750 million US.
Mhm.
So they're going to get that next month. And it's like, if we're nearing peace deals and this is supposed to end, why and then it was Canada and I'm pretty sure one more country are basically supplying more money, more military aid to Ukraine, which again, I'm not, you know, picking sides here, but I thought we were coming to an end of this. So why are countries still kind of ramping it up?
You know, it, and this is what I've noticed. I mean, and this has happened actually on both sides, right?
Hmm.
Uh, in the process of talking peace, it doesn't mean you cease fire right then and there.
Hmm.
Both sides continue missions
Hmm.
until a deal is done. Um, and that's just how it's kind of always been. Just because they're talking to peace deals doesn't mean they stop the bloodshed. Um,
Right. We saw
you
that
know,
with Israel and Iran day one.
yeah, and it's still going on. Like there's like a quote unquote a Hamas ceasefire, right? But like
Hmm.
they're still blowing the shit out of each other. Pause. Um, but yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, it's weird, right? And that we're talking of peace,
Hmm.
but operations are still going on until there's like a final say on anything. I do know this that Trump and Putin were talking today, and they were talking about denuclearizing each other.
US and Russia denuclearizing one another?
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Well, you remember when we covered the whole nuclear ordeal when we were
Hmm.
talking about Iran and Israel conflict?
Hmm.
You remember how we talked about after the Cold War, everything that was signed between the power countries, everyone was supposed to basically denuclearize. That was
Hmm.
the whole purpose of the treaty. Is like, hey, like we realize this is like
Hmm.
too much power for anyone.
Yep.
So let's denuclearize. But no one's done it. So that's why if I had that bias. It's like, yes, I get it. Quote unquote opposing country, but every country is making nukes. Like again, like being the police of the world. Like you can't really be the police of the world and be like, oh, like I got nukes, but hey, guess what? You can't make it. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't see anybody denuclearizing. If anything, I see people making more advanced weapons than ever before.
I don't see North Korea denuclearizing. Do you?
No, you
Like,
see where Russia or China doing that?
to be honest, it's like I'm surprised that like even got brought up. To be honest, but that kind of just tells me like we are closer than ever of possible. Dude, I'm not gonna even say it, but like closer than it's like think of the Cold War back in the '80s, right? How we're like at that peak, maybe a little bit further along.
Yeah. You guys,
Um,
you guys know of what the Samsonite rule is, or the Samson rule?
what's the Samson rule? I've heard that term before. Is it like
Samson option. I'm sorry. Samsonite rule option, Samson option. Yeah,
Isn't that what? Isn't that where like yeah? Correct me if I'm wrong because you're looking at it right, but like isn't that like when like a leader, for example? I know this was brought up with Israel not too long ago. If like
has
a
to deal
leader,
with Israel. Yeah.
yeah, but like where a leader is kind of like basically he's like has no other option but to use a nuke.
So close. So this is specifically tied to Israel. And this was kind of like some of like the cahoots on and kind of the conspiracy on why Trump hasn't like released the Epstein file stuff.
Oh man, here we go. We're going down now, huh?
Yep. It is. And then so the conspiracy is that if like all this stuff comes out and if the US stops protecting Israel, that Israel will get nuked like immediately from like Iran or from its opposing countries that don't like Israel right now. And Israel specifically has the Samson option where if they get nuked or if they get targeted for a nuke, they deploy nukes all over the world and they try to kill the whole planet.
Dude, I don't.
And Netanyahu would be the type to do that. Just
Do,
saying.
how many nukes is Israel? Are they even capable of doing that?
Probably, yeah. Dude, who knows how many missile silos they have, and who knows if they have some secret ones in the U.S. Like,
Yeah, but bro,
who
we
knows how
gotta.
deep the money ties?
True. I mean, who knows? Yeah, I mean, who knows if they have silos here? But I mean, that's we're starting to get a little conspiratorial, but it makes
Sorry,
sense, right?
dude. I just wanted to dish it out.
I know, but Israel is like, I mean, geographically, Israel is a super small country,
Right.
like smaller than New Jersey,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of wild. Um, but like, that's a weird rule.
Dude, look it up, bro. Samson option. It's a
Israel is
thing.
believed to possess approximately 90 nuclear warheads and enough fissile material for up to 200 more, though the country maintains a policy of ambiguity and does not officially confirm its
Mm.
nuclear arsenal. Um, yeah, I mean, I, I wish nuclear weapons didn't exist because they're terrifying.
Yeah.
However, uh, and I'm not trying to say nuclear weapons are not that bad, but a lot of these videos of people showing the damage from a nuclear weapon is widely blown out of proportion. However, they still are super very devastating, but not as wild as you may think. Like they're not wiping out whole
So
cities pretty much.
so people commenting in the chat, yes, countries have their own nuclear deterrent procedures, but the Samson option specifically is named by Israel. That's Israel's specific nuclear retaliation is the Samson option. Russia's is like the nuclear doctrine or some shit like that. And then I don't know what the US's is, but in terms of the Samson option, those words specifically, those are specifically just for Israel. And then Russia's is like the nuclear doctrine policy.
Can you imagine waking up one day and you just turn on the news real quick?
Radioactive air everywhere.
You just turn on the news real quick and you just see nukes flying all over the Middle East. And then all of a sudden, right, 10 minutes goes by, you look out the window and you see just a big glowing ball. After watching the news, right?
Yep. Just gonna drive down to my parents' house and just have some shots of vodka and call it a day. That was life.
Yeah. Anyways, enough enough of the doom and gloom, huh?
How
Marcus
about them
Dow?
meme coins though, huh?
We're talking about We're talking about the market nuking. We're talking about actual nukes. Now we're about to talk about how the U.S. bankruptcies is high since the 2020 pandemic. Are we going into a housing market crash?
Like I say, I don't like to speak on things that I don't really know that well, but I'll tell you this. And there are a lot of real estate folks that watch us, so please, you guys can feel free to comment, and we'll address you guys. But inventory skyrocketing. I've never seen, Justin, you know me, I still get my every single house that gets put onto the rental market on Zillow, at least I get an email. No matter if it costs $900 a month or $90,000 a month, I'm the sicko that makes sure that I get every single fucking email just because I
know you
want it.
are. I know you are. I know
And
you are. Our neighbor just 2 houses down. Another one moved out.
the amount of properties that are going up for rent is skyrocketing. The amount of properties that are going up for sale are skyrocketing. And it's actually kind of crazy. And I get a daily email of price cut, price cut, price cut, price cut on my Zillow. I can't even make this up. Look, price cut. Price cut, price cut, price cut, price cut, price cut. It's just nonstop price cuts, like 50K slash 70K slash 100K slash. So
This reminds me of the scene in The Big Short where I'm not bashing real estate. I'm not bashing real estate agents, because obviously this is like,
of course not, Lon.
this is like, your business. But it's like that scene where the real estate agent's in the car and she's like, "Oh, we're just in an itsy bitsy little puppy little bubble." Right? Remember when she was like that little itsy bitsy turbulent market?
Yeah.
That's it. And then eh, in reality, the housing market is propped up on straight up vaporware.
What do you mean by that?
On nothing. Vaporware is means nothing.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Like all these basically like fake money. If you think about it.
Dude, I mean, I feel like kind of everything is right now, man.
Like, how high can
Everything.
we go?
Right. I mean,
How
yeah,
high can we
guys,
go?
the folks that are in real estate, like, chime in. Again, like I said, I am not a real estate person. I'm only saying what I'm seeing is a lot of inventory flooding the market, more than I've seen in a very long time, and a lot of price cuts. And the reason why, like, I'm so like, why I get all these emails is because, like, I'm trying to figure out the right time to buy property in the US myself. So I've been very, like, adamant on it, on keeping up to it, like keeping up with it, seeing the inventory just keep on rising, getting emails of price cuts. So just super curious.
I will say this though. I want to make something very clear, and this is what I think, and this is obviously like what's been implemented since the last housing crisis, right? I think the loans are obviously sound, right? They're not what we had back in the housing crisis. The whatever the hell, the subprime mortgage shit. I think the loans now are obviously sound, right?
Hmm.
But I think people got too greedy. I
Good
think
point.
it, you know,
Ezio says the same thing, basically. People are just really unrealistic on what their homes are worth. They're listing at average price per square foot of what they're selling for in COVID time.
mm-hmm,
And you know
mm-hmm.
what? That whole people getting greedy, we're seeing that in Vegas.
Yes.
We're all of a sudden Vegas is popping up 5 million, 10 million, 20, $30 million houses that, I'm sorry, I would never in $1 million pay 3, 4, 5 million and look at my backyard and it's just dirt and rocks. Like, we're talking about higher prices in Vegas popping up all of a sudden than the best parts of California, best parts of Malibu before it burned down. Um, some crazy houses in New York, Florida, like Vegas prices out of nowhere went nuts because, all the influx of wealthy people coming, from the states like California and New York. And then all of a sudden prices went nuts because a couple people bought stuff. And prices do just got to come down. And then Omid also makes a good point, interest rate based. And that's what we've been hearing from our real estate friends in Vegas, is that when the rates drop, that people will start buying. But again, I'm not a macro guy, but I'm very curious to know on how much of the US population is like sitting on free cash to buy stuff, besides like the freaking like the corporations and stuff. But I'm just talking like your average American citizen.
You know what I think is going to happen too, right? Think of everybody that bought during high rates, right?
Mhm.
And then this is why rates have to come down like gradually, not rapidly, like not like all of a sudden. I'm talking like you have to gradually bring them down. Is because one, a buying frenzy might occur, and that could either
Right.
like shoot the pricing of housing up, which what we're talking about right now,
Mhm.
or two, people trying to get out of their already existing homes so they don't get destroyed on it too hard, and that sends the pricing going down even more.
Yeah, I mean, I could see everyone running to borrow money because the rates drop because it's so cheap, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's what happened on COVID. You were basically borrowing money for 0 to 1%, and that's people were just buying it up, buying it up, buying it up. Jacob made 2 posts I want to comment on. Quite literally signing construction loan next week, so I'm scared. I live in a small town in Mississippi, Rampart. 180K before COVID, 280K today. Damn. And I mean like a small town, no red lights. That is small. What's this stuff that I've been seeing about lumber costs lately? Let me
Yeah,
pull
lumber's
it up
been
again.
flying up.
Is it flying up or flying down?
I thought it was going up, like a lot up. That's
11.
why these.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
these houses.
11% than like a year ago.
So it's up. Wait, would you say it's
Yeah.
up?
Yep.
That's why these
So
houses are built like shit now.
dude, check this out. So the Armenian guy that lives 2 blocks away with like all the crazy cars, he imported really high quality wood that he was going to sell to Home Depot, but it's stuck on the container ship because he doesn't want to pay the 100 he doesn't want to pay the 140% tariff. Um,
Mm.
and then side note, not to get kind of away, but guys, a lot of the stuff you're seeing at the gas stations, like for example, like I'm not sure if you guys have looked at the price of like energy drinks and chocolate bars lately, but they've gone crazy. You're talking $3 to $4 for candy that used to be a $1.50 like a year and a half ago.
Who would have thought chocolate
Monsters
would
are
be a
like
good
four
investment?
dollars all of a sudden. So many containers are still to this day stuck on the port because they don't want to pay those tariffs.
Mm. Yeah, it's kind of wild right now, to be
There's
honest.
I don't know, like there's just so much going on. Just so much going on that just affects so much stuff.
David goes, that theory won't matter if labor market cracks.
Which
Are
theory,
you?
David?
Yeah, which theory? Are you talking about like when like we need higher unemployment rate for rates to come down? Because that usually goes hand in hand, or what? Chocolate bar chart is bullish,
Dude, it's
dude. They're
yeah.
creaming people, man. Like you want like a Reese's bar, dude. It's almost $4, dude. It's like Reese's cups is almost $4. Like it's kind of crazy.
Yo, dude, what's the best chocolate stock that that you like to look at? I know there's Nestle, right?
Dude, I have to go on a rant in a little bit
Oh boy. All right.
since we're on the topic of food, because I've been wanting to vent about this, but and I feel like this is a good time to do it.
Dude, have at it. I'm gonna drop some chocolate stocks in the chat while
Call
you go
me
on your rant.
crazy, call me crazy, but I personally think it's a good idea to short Chipotle and Starbucks.
Why?
Hear me out.
I-
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
Inevitably, this is going to be their demise. Because before we get into it, let's see what David said. The demand from lower interest rates will save the housing market. Middle class that bought between 2022 and 2025 are house poor right now. Biggest threat in the labor market. Very true. That's actually very true. I know some people I know a lot of people that are buying homes like crazy right now, getting absolutely fucking hosed and like they don't care.
That's the theory that I don't agree with. The first line with the demand from lower interest rates will save the housing market. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that will either, because I'm just looking at prices overall are pretty wild. But again, I'm not a real estate expert, and I don't want to sound like I am because I'm not. It's not my forte whatsoever.
So we could see a selling frenzy is what he thinks could happen if rates come down or people trying to get out of their homes.
I mean, that's what's happening right now. Is I think people are seeing that, hey, this could be near the top and are trying to liquidate. That's the only reason why I could think why there's so much inventory, at least coming out in our state.
Is the deportation breaking the labor market? I think it would have if I think it could be causing companies I mean obviously they're going to have to hire they're going to have to hire correctly. But I think they're going to find ways to be more efficient without, filling those positions that were once filled before by immigrants. Somehow.
Illegal immigrants.
Yes, illegal immigrants.
I know, Lon, dude. Our state is hard to comment on because you also had the sports teams coming, right? You got the Oakland A's coming. You got an NBA team coming. We are growing and growing, but it's still like an entertainment town.
If we see unemployment spike, that'll be it. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, for sure, dude.
yeah.
My job site is still all legal. Dude, don't narc on yourself on stream.
Jonathan, are you what are you doing?
Don't narc. Dude,
Anyways,
the whole illegal immigration thing will take forever.
yeah. Anyways, let's talk about stocks, dude, and going on to my rant.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, are you shorting Chipotle death? Which, by the way, a little fun fact about Chipotle. You know, Chipotle is the leading fast food that's causing food poisoning.
And I'm about to tell you why. I'm glad you said that, Arthur. I'm glad you said that because let me tell you something. And this is why I'm gonna try and short Chipotle, okay? Because when I went there the other day, I was in disbelief how filthy it was, man. Like how
Disgusting.
And not just that location. I've noticed this at a lot of locations.
Just like the movie theaters, dude.
Absolutely a freaking pigsty, bro. The whole prep area where they're making the food. I'm gonna curse. Like I have to. Dude, I'm getting angry.
Shh, it's okay. Breathe.
I'm getting angry talking about it. Where
Breathe.
they're prepping the food, pigsty, cross contamination like other, throwing cheese and shit in the meat and the lettuce, all mixing up together. It is absolutely horrid. And that's not the only bad part. The people cooking first of all, you could see everything, right? The goal these people have. Barehanding these products without washing their hands. I'm watching them sweep something up and then immediately get on the grill without washing their hands. I'm mortified. I'm disgusted. You should be ashamed of yourself, Chipotle. It is sick how much you charge for the freaking shit that you deliver. Anyways, that's not the worst part. And then, when you get your food to go, right? And then you get your little drink and then you go to the soda machine, right? Disaster. Absolute disaster. ice in the drain piled up to my goddamn chest, dude. I can't even get soda because there's so much ice piled up in the way. I gotta move the ice out of the way. Trash everywhere, man. Trash everywhere on the lids, the straws. It's disgusting. And you know
Well,
what I
they're
did?
down 40% in the last 6 months, if that makes you happy.
And they deserve. And you know what I did, Arthur? You know what I
Ezio,
did?
he's going off, huh?
You know what I did?
What?
You know what I did?
What?
I had a Karen moment. I called corporate right after I left.
What'd you say?
I told him what I saw. I told him how in disbelief I am. And you know what? Because I wanted Chipotle again the next day. I go back and it's spotless.
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
Hmm.
It's spotless. Everyone's acting right. The guys they're taking out they're changing out the trash. They're cleaning. Dude,
Corporate called like, what are you guys doing? I mean, dude, you could tell it in the stock, right?
I let him have it. I go to the poor guy in corporate. I'm like yelling at him, and I was like, I'm sorry for yelling, but like, but you guys are gonna kill somebody. How filthy this place is, how dirty it is. Like you're gonna absolutely kill somebody. And then yeah, I went back the next day, and guess what? It was spotless. Anyways, I'm probably not gonna eat there for a while. I don't know why I went back the next day. I guess I really wanted Chipotle again.
Dude, that's there's a whole South Park episode. And not to get off track, but there's a whole South Park episode where like every time Cartman eats Chipotle, he shits blood. But then he eats Chipotle the next day, and everyone's like, "What's wrong with you?" He's like, "It's Chipotle. Have you ever tasted it? It's fucking delicious." He goes,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, their Adobe Ranch is fire. Anyways,
Ezio says you can eat off the floor at the one that he goes to.
yeah, well, you know what? If I got to make it my life's mission, if I got to start an independent health company and rip these restaurants apart, I will. Honestly, I'm kind of passionate about it. Anyways,
Seems like it.
let's let's move on to Starbucks. Don't get me.
What's your beef with Starbucks?
Don't get. You know what my beef is, and you got the same beef. First of all, they're starting to charge.
They all of a sudden start to charge you per pump on the syrup now.
Yep, they're starting to charge you per pump on the syrup. Okay, and dude, the tipping culture is out of control here. It is out of control. It's gotten to the point where they're doing the most minimal work they could possibly do, but asking for a tip first.
Have you noticed how the buttons start now at 20%, 25%, 30%?
Dude, Starbucks does it like this. You'll have a $5 order. The options don't change. Either leave $1, $5, or $10. Who the fuck is tipping $10 on a coffee? Or even like a drink and a sandwich.
I do that to make someone's day.
Yeah. Like you gotta like it's gotta be
like special occasion, and you better have great service, but
here we go too. And you know what really irks me?
What really grinds your gears, Peter Griffin?
Peter Griffin.
What grinds your
gears?
Are
you what?
There's a whole family thing where Peter just goes off all the time. Do you know what really grinds my gears? Is this goddamn Starbucks.
I'm gonna tell you why, and this is a big reason why I would short Starbucks right now. This is a huge reason.
Make sure you look at the TA first, guys.
Yeah. First of all, I want to make something very clear. Please don't take what I'm saying, like shorting the actual stock, seriously. Like I'm saying this because I actually hate these companies now. And this is like a big deal for me. Like this bothers me so much, and it should bother you guys too. But when they don't mix the damn drinks, dude, before they give it to you, when they don't mix bro.
Specifically when you get the shaken espresso and they're like, yeah, you can shake it.
What? Bro, dude, they pour the coffee, right?
Oh.
And they put the milk in the ice and they don't mix it up and they just give it to you. And you want a tip? And you want a tip?
Well, dude, I'm talking like it's a very Vegas thing. No matter what store you go to, there's a tip button. It's like,
Bro, it's
what's going
everywhere
on?
now. I see people complaining all over the
Well,
world.
YouTube, dude, YouTube just I don't know why I got in trouble for it. Someone else just said Cracker Barrel. I got in trouble for saying caps lock Cracker Barrel. I don't know if they were thinking I was saying cracker like that, but there's a huge dilemma with Cracker Barrel too. It's gone to straight doo doo.
Woke.
Like they're about to no one's going anymore because the quality has just gotten so bad,
Dude,
so bad.
did you see the other big dilemma with Cracker Barrel?
And yeah, they're freaking taking off the guy.
They changed the logo. They did, yeah.
Just like the Aunt freaking Aunt Jemima stuff.
I hope it shuts down.
What's going on here?
I thought we were done with the woke shit.
I don't know, man. Food quality is getting terrible. Prices are going up.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, I got another bone to pick with another company. You ready for this one?
Seems like
This
we got
one,
a few bones.
this one really bothers me too, right? And this is just a customer service aspect,
Mm-hmm.
and I couldn't believe it, right? But they're privately traded. Jimmy John's.
Yeah. What's wrong with them?
The
Beef?
bread is super small now. It's smaller than ever. It literally looks like a freaking pretzel stick.
It got even skinnier than it was before.
It's skinny. Also,
Hey, I love Target, all right?
when you go in there, dude, and you order something to go,
Yeah.
and they just hand you the sandwiches, and they're like, "Oh, can I get a bag?" They tell you, "Yeah, they're over there." What?
Not having it.
What? Bro, put my sandwiches in the bag and give it to me. Like, since when is this a thing? And they ask you for a tip up front. Are you kidding me?
It's a Vegas thing, guys. No matter where you go,
you can't
they
package
ask
it up for me?
Yep.
Bro.
Vote with your wallets and learn how to grow and cook really good food at home. The Prepared Californian says.
What's up, Prepared Californian? You know what? I like that. Oh, all right.
All right, moving on.
Sorry, I had it. Sorry about that rant. It's
Yeah,
it is
we're about
diabolical.
40
Guys,
minutes in, and
Las
we
Vegas
haven't
is
even
supposed to be the
covered
land
the
of
episode.
hospitality. Las Vegas is supposed to be the land of hospitality. Am I wrong?
It's not.
Am I tripping?
It's not.
It's
That's why
supposed to be.
just look at the tourism numbers, man. People are over it.
Yeah, it's too expensive. Anyways,
Can we get into stocks now, dude? We haven't even started the pod, and we're 40 minutes in.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we gotta pick it up.
Jesus Christ!
You just wanted to go on a rant for that long. I don't know why. Anyways, go on.
Yeah, me, right? Anyway, guys, so let's move on to the stock market. So the U.S. converts. This is actually kind of interesting. The U.S. government takes a 10% stake in Intel, and Trump expands control over the private sector. So this has been kind of like going on a lot. Like the government's getting really invested into these companies, and I don't think I like that.
Very
like the stuff with Apple getting really buddy with the government, Facebook getting really buddy with the government.
bro, they've always been. It's just
I know,
it's a same tune, different dance, bro.
True.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just it's you know, and here's the thing, right? It's no different than when the Biden administration is going to Meta and be like, hey, you need to like block this or not allow this or that. It's the same thing as Trump and them going to them and be like, hey, we want you to work hand in hand with us with AI and information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Blast was talking about in video earlier, and that's kind of what I want to get into next. So you guys know the market's been hitting all-time highs. U.S. stock valuations hit all-time high in August, and that's just speaking whole broad perspective. And it's really been led by the Mag 7. And what's in the Mag 7? Nvidia. So the only company that has not reported earnings that actually has a big effect on the market is Nvidia. Everything else reported a month ago now. And I was saying we got to keep an eye out for what's ahead a month from now, and that's Nvidia earnings. So if you guys don't know, Nvidia, biggest company in the world, like near $4.5 trillion evaluation. Let's check now because they once again had a green day today, while most of the Mag 7 did not. Nvidia market cap, 4.39 trillion, 4.4 trillion, which is
didn't they flip the whole? Oh yeah, go ahead.
no, which is
Is that what
bigger
you're
than
about to
the
say?
which is bigger than the Japanese freaking market as a whole. Bigger than the entire Japanese market as a whole. So reports earnings on the 27th. Nvidia has still ran into earnings every day. I was drawing it for somebody in the elite chat, but we've been only up since May on Nvidia from 135 to the current 180 price, like a a near 40% move, like a 35% move there. So I'm waiting to see if it's priced in or not. What's giving me a little bit like bullish confidence is, yes, it sucks, but it's nice to see everything else pull back going into the earnings, which kind of makes me hope that stuff won't pull back too much further. But I'm looking at some of the other big dog names like Microsoft right now. We really don't want Microsoft to fall under 500 or this thing looks like it's gonna tumble. Out of all the Mag 7, only Meta pulled back to the 34 EMA. Tesla pulled back to the 34 EMA. So we're good there. Tesla chart looks extremely bullish. The only reason why I haven't pressed a lot of size in Tesla is waiting for these Nvidia earnings. Apple's pulled back to the 34 EMA and it's pulling back now. Amazon's like right at the 34 EMA. So it's hard to tell if it's priced in or not because half of the assets have sold off and half of the other assets in terms of the Mag 7 have not sold off. So it's just really hard to tell if we're priced in or not. So, not really going to assume anything, not going to gamble over earnings, going to wait to see what happens to really set the tone. You guys saw what happened when Nvidia reported earnings the last two times. The whole market kind of followed suit. So big day coming up. And then the other big event, and I misspoke when I made the announcement on the Discord. It's not this week. I apologize for that. It'll be the first week, maybe the second week of September, but within the first 14 days of September is the Apple event, where they talk about the new iPhones. And then it's usually October, November that they talk about the computers, but it's really the iPhone that kind of leads for them. So we'll see how investors take in Apple Day, but it won't be as major of an impact as Nvidia.
Yes.
The government used to be a referee and now they are a player on the field, Elon Musk. Yeah, nice quote.
Look at to where the technology is headed and you'll be rich. I mean, duh. somewhere around the 10th this year, I believe.
Yeah, so it's usually like September 7th or like September 10th. So we'll see what the Apple event does, but I don't think it'll be that big of a catalyst. I don't think it'll be that big of a catalyst to Apple event, but Nvidia will definitely shake it up a bit. Biggest
You
company
know,
in the world.
but this is a good point though. Actually, the Prepared Californian brings up. This kind of is. So where's technology headed? Where do you guys think? Do you think we're going to be more? I mean, the obvious says more AI driven, right?
Right.
But what exactly? There could be different sectors of AI. Real world, tokenized assets and RWA stuff could be that. Decentralized science could be that.
Nuclear, quantum,
Mhm.
cryptography. Dude, I think the entertainment industry is gonna be something that booms when the AI generation booms.
Speaking of nuclear, did you guys see that new plane that the government confirmed or the Pentagon confirmed was real?
Mhm.
That it was ours and it was using material from unidentified flying craft that they've discovered in the past.
No, but that reminds me of that battleship that the US has that runs on nuclear energy that once it's fueled, it lasts for 20 years.
Yeah, dude, this thing uh uses plasma. It generates plasma to uh to propel itself with I think it was like high compressed mercury or something. I saw Joe Rogan talking about it, and then I looked it up a little bit, and there's a video of it. It's pretty insane.
Oh, Jacob said Sean Ryan, Bodie's gonna nut.
Sean Ryan. Arthur hates Sean Ryan. He only listens.
Whoa, I don't hate Sean
He
Ryan.
only listens to one podcast and one
He's
podcast.
picked it up lately. He's not as monotone, but he's
Bro
still
picked it
a
up.
little
He's
monotone.
been huge. He's the biggest podcaster for the past 2 years.
I wouldn't say biggest, but
Up number two. Joe Rogan would be number one.
is he
Sean
number two
Ryan's
now?
number two.
Where's
Big two.
real AF in that?
Listen, I'm not trying to bag on really yet, but they're pretty low on the totem pole.
Dude, bro, stop.
On the
Okay.
on the top 10, like are they in the top 10, you think?
Yes, bro.
Let's see. I'm gonna go top 100 podcasts. And listen, I'm not trying to discredit anything from that. I mean, obviously they do in crazy stuff. For first forms become super massive, right? But let's look at Apple Podcasts top shows. Huberman Lab number one, huh? Interesting.
Mm.
Uh, this is kind of weird. This is like shows I've never even heard of. Uh, Here the podcast charts. Number one, Joe Rogan. Number two, Good Hang with the Amy Fuller. Number three, Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett. You like
Mm.
him? He's
Yep,
good.
yep. Are you reading?
Um,
Are you still reading the book, Big Talk?
uh, I'm about 20 pages in. I got to pick it up. Um, Sean Ryan, number 12.
Mm.
That's pretty low. I was maybe number two on YouTube, but okay. So we got to go way down. What's the name of the podcast?
Real AF.
I got to tell you, bro. I'm on number 99 and it hasn't came up yet.
You guys are being hoes and not sharing the show. If you guys watch it, you guys know what I mean. He always says, "Hey, I don't run ads on the show, but there is a fee. Don't be a hoe, share the show."
Yeah, wow, it's
Dude, maybe that's why he's not ranked because he doesn't do ads, dude. I will say he's the only one that doesn't read those stupid scripts, those stupid ads, especially Theo Vaughn, who can't even finish the
Those
sentence.
stupid ads. Those stupid ads. I don't even see Theo Vaughn on here on the top 100, bro.
He was on the Spotify like number 8, which is crazy.
I'm looking at Spotify right now.
I just saw him on there.
Maybe I.
He's
Oh yeah, the past weekend, yeah, with Theo Vaughn, I see it.
Good for him though. Sean Ryan 12.
I don't agree with that.
That's cool, man. John 3:16 wants to know that he loves Jesus. That's awesome, man. Let's go on with the show.
Yeah, let's go on. Sorry.
Oh God, you can't wait to talk about this one.
Oh my God, dude. We're talking, guys. We're getting into crypto right now. I'm gonna be quick with them, right? Looks like Pangu's planning, Pudgy Penguins, Pangu, that they're trying to IPO in 2 years. So if you want something to look forward to if you're long term holding Pangu, that's it right there. XRP briefly flips BlackRock and market cap briefly. Cool, I guess.
So BlackRock did not like that and had to pull a mass sell orders to dump the market caps. Imagine. Oh my God, why can't I think of his name right now? Larry Fink's like, yo, XRP just pass us up, dump.
I do. I think past weekend is funny too. I do, because I mean that's what Theo Von's known for. He asks the most not insane, but the most he structures his questions so hilariously, and yeah, I mean he just says the most absurd things sometimes. To like you were saying, to high profile figures, it's hilarious. But yeah,
let's run down this list and then answer questions at the end, because we're never going to finish at this rate.
Yeah,
because we just love talking too much,
dude. We need to have clips. We need clips. We need content.
Yo, if anyone wants to make extra money clipping SU content, you just let me know. I pay per 1,000 views.
We'll put in the Discord. Yep. So yeah, SharpLink to buy back $1.5 billion of stock. If you guys remember who SharpLink is,
So Tito,
they're basically an Ethereum. They're Ethereum treasury company, right? They used to be a casino marketing company, and now they're kind of been focusing on being an Ethereum treasury company. They're buying back $1.5 billion in stock. They must be super bullish on the company because they just did a huge ETH buy as well. Van Eck files for first sole liquid staking ETF. Very cool. We talked about liquid staking two pods ago. You know how they got approved by the SEC. That's why you're seeing companies trying to do this right now. Liquid staking. The two main liquid staking tokens that got the green light is Jito Sol and something with, I forgot the name for Ethereum, but yeah, it was Ethereum and Solana. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Why did the market nuke? Why did the market crash like this? Why did BTC crash mostly?
Somebody, sorry guys, I did it again. I wanted to sell 24,000 Bitcoin, caused a huge crash. I'm actually a secret billionaire.
that and the U.S. Treasury account, the U.S. Treasury general account,
started dumping on us.
They needed liquidity, and they dumped their Bitcoin.
Yep.
Sending it into a frenzy.
That's, dude. So see, like that little headline. So guys, you know how we say don't follow the news, right? That's true. We don't follow the news when we trade, but a lot of these times where you see those really flash crashes, the algos, damn Tito, my bad. The algos read headlines and they sell based off of headlines. So you'll see this in the stock market a lot, and sometimes it's a super overreaction, and then it gets bought back up real quick. When there's like war headlines, like major event headlines, like the algo sells. or the algo buys, right? When they say, oh, we're gonna drop rates, yada yada, you know, that huge ETH candle spike, right? That's the algo kind of buying it. But if you were looking at the 34 EMAs on, you know, whatever time frame on whatever asset, not at every time, but 9 out of 10 times, you'll see that pump happen right at the 34 EMA, or you'll see that dump happen right under the 34 EMA. And then World Liberty Financial just rug as soon as it goes on every exchange. But as a SU member, you guys already by now should know that when this stuff hits the main exchanges, they just dump because everyone got in on the pre-sale, they got in on the contract, this and that, and they're taking their profits.
Yo, the listen, guys, and I know this has happened years and years ago, but the days of like big announcements of things like this, like, you know, or like a tokenized event, they
It's
don't go
not play
straight up
anymore.
anymore. They don't
Yes.
go straight up. They don't go straight up anymore. It's an automatic. I'm selling on your ass. You
Yeah.
know.
So there's like narrative isn't the right word, but there was like a game theory when it came to NFTs, guys. Fodia, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the game theory for NFTs was you get on a whitelist. If you get the mint, you mint out 3. You keep one, you sell one automatically to recover costs, and then the third one is like the one that you can also flip, or that's the one that you keep to see if it moonbags. And then
Yeah.
the game theory was basically when Bored Apes came out with the mutants, or when Alien Friends came out with their serums and shit like that, or whatever it was basically like they allowed you to evolve your NFT or to change the NFT. So the game theory was that whenever these vials or these serums came out, that those NFT projects would spike again. And then when they spike, you would sell the spike, because as soon as people started to use the serums or vials and like reveal the new NFT, they would dump. With the meme coins, you would get in on the pre-sale, and then you would trade each pump, and then everyone knew that when there was going to be news that it pumped, when there was going to be news that it would get listed on the exchange, it would pump. And then we all knew that once it would get on the exchange, you want to dump beforehand. Like that was the whole game theory with NFTs, with memes, and that's no longer the game theory with a lot of these coins that get listed on exchange now. Those are actually selling events, just like they were before. As soon as it gets on the exchange, it's a selling event. It's the hype and the rumor before that it will get listed on the exchange that you ride up the pump and trade and ride
Yeah.
up the pump and trade the pump. And Tito, let's do some live streaming, just freaking trading an option trade or some shit. And Ezio
Um.
said TRX is at the 34 EMA.
Yeah. Before you. So wait, are we entering TRX right now?
I mean, if it holds, it's a good entry, but you want to see if it holds there. You don't want to buy just because it gets to the 34. You want to see if it holds there. So
Yeah.
we got to find that out first.
On the daily.
New daily candles opened on it so far.
Anyways, what Arthur was saying, yeah, I mean, in theory, that's, you know, there's a couple different strategies of buying NFTs. You know, the three rule, you know, buying 3, you know, selling 2 and holding 1 just in case, you know. It's no different than when we buy meme coins now, guys, and we take initials and profits and keep a little moon bag in case
Right.
the damn thing moons. You know what I'm saying? Also, like, it's the same thing, right? When, and Arthur, we could relate to this too. When we're buying NFTs or minting NFTs pre-reveal, and the prices, and once they reveal, they dump.
I just said that.
Yeah, well, not quite, but like you're doing some vile shit, like
No,
the vile, the mutant.
but I said as soon as they revealed, they dumped.
Yeah. That's it's a buy the news. So it's a buy
Buy
the
the
rumor,
rumor,
sell the
sell the
news
news. Yeah.
event that within itself, right then and there.
Buy
It's
the
just like,
rumor, sell the
yeah,
reveal.
that's how those markets behave. That's And I think NFTs won't play any different. I think it's going to be the same thing this cycle once they do get boomtastic. I mean, you see it all the time still.
Yep.
After,
Yep.
but yeah,
Can
I
I
mean,
can I share charts for like 10 minutes tops and then we can call it?
yeah.
Bet.
But before you do, let me just run quick these headlines. I'm not going to explain much. I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory. Wyoming, the first state to launch a stablecoin. I know you guys saw that. Bo Hines, who used to be the head of crypto council here for the White House, now joining Tether. And yeah, that's it. So let's go run some charts.
Jacob Buxton, yo, the nodes, I had a whole node business that went bankrupt. You got to be really careful. So the node stuff, it's like you got to be first player in, because the node pays out in the value of the coin. So here, let me pull up a chart for you guys and show you something on the node stuff. So there was a node project that I was really invested into, and then the owner was kind of a scumbag and just let it die. So Strong was a huge node project back in the day. If you look at the value of Strong Coin now, it's $1.70. At all-time high, it was $1,200 a coin. So with these nodes, you would have to. It would cost 10 coins to make a node. So if Strong was 200 bucks, it would cost you $2,000. When Strong was $1,000, it would cost you 10 grand to make a node. And these nodes paid you 0.098 of a coin every 24 hours. So let's just say 0.1 of a coin every 24 hours. So no, I'm sorry, 0.01. So it would take you about 75 to 90 days to get your money back and start making profit. Now, the issue is when people were buying the nodes, up here, up here, up here, up here, which is why people were buying the coin to make the node, right? What happened when it kept getting dumped on, right? Dumped on. Yes, you're still making the coins, but now the coins are worth nothing. And John Jesse said it well. It's basically a Ponzi.
It is it's a straight up Ponzi.
Now,
Biggest
Gala
Ponzi.
nodes did it well for a while. And Gala nodes was not a Ponzi, I will say. Those nodes were like 25 to 30 grand. And now nodes are a very real thing when it comes to crypto. So there's two parts of blockchain tech for the people that don't know. There's the miner. Think of that as like the hardware. And there's the node. Think of that as like the software, as like the CPU. What the miner
Validator.
does is it makes the blockchains, right? It makes sure the data is safe and cryptic. What the node does is it writes the transaction on the blockchain. So all of your transaction history you guys see on Etherscan, on Binance Scan, on BTC Scan, that history, that data, that's all written by nodes. Nodes are the second part to blockchain that is not talked about enough, honestly. But there is no crypto without nodes. So nodes itself as technology is not a scam or a Ponzi, but a lot of these projects are Ponzi's and scams. So miners get rewarded for what? Mining the coin, right? Nodes get rewarded for providing the information on the coin. I'm sorry, providing the information on the coin and on the transfer, right? You can create nodes with AWS now, with AVAX. You can create Ethereum nodes hosted on AWS servers and stuff like that. And then the Gala nodes were some of the best. So if you guys don't know, Gala does a lot of the pinning and a lot of the transactions on the Ethereum chain. So those Gala nodes were paying people very, very well because you were getting paid just like a miner. You were a part of the Bitcoin ecosystem. Miners get rewarded for mining. Nodes get rewarded for basically providing the receipts of all transactions. Gallon nodes were solid. Roar nodes, I've never heard of them before, but just you need to look at the business model. If it's like a strong coin kind of model where you have to buy 10 coins to make the node, this and that, you really got to look into it. You could be walking into a potential Ponzi or a scam. Take it from me. I lost over 6 figures on this one. If it seems too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
Yeah, I got it. Personally, for me, if you guys want to like start getting into nodes, like they have to be validator nodes. Okay. Well, Arthur was explaining about nodes being a fundamental part of crypto and how blockchain works. He's talking about validator nodes. Validator nodes are where, people could also stake their, that native token inside your node,
Yep.
and so forth. And and the just things, it's helping stabilize the network, and you get rewarded just like miners do, when blocks are made. But yeah, that's
Yep.
and nodes are valid. They're not cheap things. Uh, it's a very I've come to find out it's a very like gate kept industry too.
It is, dude, because they make more money.
Mm-hmm.
If you run your own node, you make more money on the trading, on
Yeah,
everything because of the transaction fees, all that stuff.
bro. Did you know like the top Solana node is one guy, and it's like, and he's been running it forever, and he makes like 2 million a month off of it,
Oh,
and
gee.
he's only got 2 people staking in it.
Oh my God. Yeah. So Ezio said, you guys know OMH coin, which was Ohm token. Yeah, that was the other huge
Oh god,
Ponzi.
I remember that bullshit.
There were so many that were coming out. Yo, if it'd be funny to see that trend start to pop up again, though, low key.
I'm sure some like it, some of it in that nature. I mean, oh, there is, but I didn't bring it up. I think I told you guys about it too. How degenerate and like short term it was. But you guys remember Bitcoin miners, those digital Bitcoin miner that would mine that coin, that Bitcoin, same thing. You
Pi,
know,
you're saying?
no, it was called
Oh.
Bitcoin.
Anyway, guys, let me go over some charts real quick and we'll call it a day. I know there's I lost my last 5 trades in a row, 5 and 7 for the month, but risk to reward, some people are still profitable this month. The reason why I'm not profitable this month as of now is because 3 of those wins only hit like half of the PTs. So the risk reward was not there, but with that loss that we just took on AVAX, I just got into red just now this month. So make sure you guys risk to reward is on fucking point, because that is super crucial into not having to win a lot of trades. In June, when I went 4 for 4, it was like crazy profitable. July also went like 4 wins, 2 PT1s, 3 losses, was extremely profitable in July. With August being 5 and 7, only reason I was not profitable is because a few trades only hit the first couple of PTs. But no one should be having blown accounts with like 5 and 5. I'm sorry, 5 and 7, 4s and 4s, that kind of win to reward ratios. You guys still should be in a lot of profit. But I want to go and just talk about the market as a whole and go over some of the leaders. So Bitcoin, when you guys are asking where is Bitcoin going, like, is this the bottom? Is this the top? Well, let me tell you how you can find out if it's the bottom. And I've said this so many times, and so some of you guys still ask the same thing. Bitcoin and every other asset is played in levels. Okay. So this is why Thanos is so simple. If you lose the purple level, you are very likely to go to the light blue level. If you lose the light blue level, you're very likely to go to the red level. Okay. So no one can tell you if the bottom is in, because we have to wait to see what happens here. Does it hold? Cool. What happens here? Does it hold? If not, then we go lower. What happens if we go to the light blue line and it holds? It will go back to the purple line to retest. If it rejects the purple line, it will come right back down to the light blue line. We can see that right here. When it came to the purple line, it held. What did they do? They brought it back up to the green and blue. It did not hold. It went right back to purple. Purple did not hold. It's going to light blue. If light blue holds, it will retest purple. If purple rejects, it will go back to the red. It's just levels, right? Just like we see right here, right? If purple held, it goes back to what's above. If one color holds, it will retest the color above. If the color fails, it goes to the color below it. That's how the shit works. Ethereum, right? It's very hard for me, and I was telling this to the elite chat. It's very hard for me to send shorts, even though the altcoin market is freaking nuking. It's very hard for me to send shorts because Ethereum is still so goddamn bullish that at any moment ETH can do exactly what it did a few days ago. Just, excuse my language, just fucking destroy the shorts and just pump right back up at any moment. So when ETH pulls down like this, yes, the alts get destroyed. But we were just shorting Pengu, and what happened, right? ETH had this pump, just destroyed the Pengu short. But now Pengu short is back in profit. But ETH is so bullish, it's hard for me to send short trades when Ethereum is so damn bullish. It's hard for me to... I mean, it's not hard for me to send the trade. I could do it. But it's hard for me to want to send bearish trades when Apple, again, excuse my language, bullish as fuck. Bullish as fuck. It's just pulling back to the 34 EMA. Amazon, bullish as fuck. Google, bullish as fuck. Facebook, bullish as fuck. Microsoft, just now getting bearish, which I'm saying Microsoft, we need to watch out for because this shit could tumble to the lines, right? Guys, if it's under the green line, it goes to the blue line.
Tumble.
If right, it went to the blue line. Now it's rejecting the blue line. If it goes under the blue line, good chance it goes to the purple line. If it goes under the purple line, good chance it goes to the light blue line. If it goes under the light blue line, good chance it goes to the red line, and vice versa, back up. Nvidia, bullish as shit. Tesla, not bullish as shit, but bullish. So again, it's hard for me to want to send shorts out and short anything when the big dogs are still so bullish. And it goes back to my point, right? It's not going to be WAGMI on these coins anymore. So many of these coins just get absolutely demolished when Ethereum pulls back. Just absolutely demolished, right? Litecoin was super bullish up until 3 days ago. No, I'm sorry, up until yesterday. We lost the 34 EMA and it dumped right to the purple. I'm just going to draw a quick line on the light blue here. One sec, just to show you guys something. So that's the light blue line, that first one. You see how the selling slowed down, and then when it was lost, it dumped it dumped into the other line. And you can see that in the shorter time frames that it's just moving in those EMAs. So when you guys are asking, where's Bitcoin going? Where's Bitcoin going? You don't need to ask. You can do it yourself. That's the cool part, right? We know when the 8 EMA crosses under the 34 EMA, like it happened right here, the bearish trend has started. So Bitcoin has been in bearish trend since August 19th. And just because it had this big bullish candle right here, all this candle did is go back to the 34 EMA and reject, right? The white line never crossed above. this white line, the white line that's coming down right here, right, or 8 EMA, this stayed under the whole time and never crossed above. So what I'm saying is follow it down the same way that it's going down, right? If it goes to the purple and holds, it's going to retest the level above. If it goes to the light blue, hold, it's going to retest the purple line. If it rejects again, it's going to keep going lower. So literally all you have to do is play within the colors. That's what makes the Thanos strat so easy. What gets hard is when you have no moving averages above you, like this shit right here, right? But that's where the fibs come in play. But when you have moving averages below you, those are always your guys' targets until you can figure out support and resistance trading. The moving averages are going to be your bread and butter. So when I'm looking at Pengu now, guys, right? Oops. Pengu, this is a rejection. Pengu looks like it's going to have really good probability to come down here, come down here, come down here, right? If it keeps rejecting. Where I lost on my short, right, was Pengu got really bullish. And unlike that Bitcoin chart, the 8 EMA did cross above, and then I got blown out on my high. But it's still making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So I think that Pengu is going to tumble down. It's also pumped so much. It's losing support, losing support. Bulls, I think, are going to give up. And same thing with ENA. It's the same kind of setup. This thing pumped crazy, right? Didn't break the previous highs. Just opened under the 34 EMA. This thing looks like it's going to tumble down also. And you can use some 4-hour snipes in there as well to help. So
cute.
So with all that though, right? It's still hard for me to want to go short when Ethereum is so damn bullish because it could just flip the script on everything else. So again, just keeping my caution right now. If it's an A+ setup, I'll take it all day, but there's not many A+ setups. AVAX, I thought was a really good setup because it was so bullish on the daily, right? But we just got stopped out. We opened and closed under the 34 EMA. The 8 EMA still has not crossed under though. So AVAX is still a very strong chart and Hype is still a very strong chart. Oh, damn, it just opened under the 34 EMA. So AVAX and Hype are the two that I have on my watch list a lot right now. They're still relatively strong. TRX, right? Guys, what did TRX finally do? It finally pulled back to the 34 EMA. So I was saying this in a live, I can't remember what day, but the further away we get away from the 34 EMA, the more likely it is to pull back to the 34 EMA. So when you see bigger and bigger spaces away from the 34 EMA, the more likely it's to pull back, right? Like we were very far away from the 34 EMA right here, and it pulled back quick. We were very far away from the 34 EMA here, and it pulled back quick. So the further away you get from the 34 EMA, the more likely the pullback. The quicker you get away from the 34 EMA, the more violent the pullback. Yeah, so that's it. So keep an eye out on stuff. That's everything that's pulled back to the 34 EMA. If it holds, that's where you want to go long. If it doesn't hold, it breaks under. That's where you want to go short. But just keep in mind, Ethereum is still bullish on the daily, which is the hard part about all of this. And the hard part about shorting alts right now is that Ethereum is still bullish. So let's see what NVIDIA gives us on Wednesday. If it changes the market sentiment, if it dumps everything or if it pumps everything. But we'll be here. We'll play it accordingly. Manage risk to reward. That'll make you only need to win, 30, 40, 50% of your trades. And let's keep on moving.
Yes, sir.
That's all I got.
Jacob goes, Fody, let's toss around some of this nuclear and quantum stuff one day. My profession requires a basic education, radiation, isotopes. The world is about to change.
All right.
Jacob, I'm always down to talk about that kind of stuff, man. Anytime. My DMs are open.
You guys like the new hats? cool stuff. Oh, we are refunding everyone that bought an oversized tee. Talking about oversized, there were extra oversized, so you guys should see those refunds. We've already processed them. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Yeah.